It's a What I Eat in a Day from the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. Come see what I did today. We are starting the night before with wraps. It's super important to weigh out the ingredients for the wraps. As you can see, a large onion for me may not be the same weight as a large onion for you. So make sure that you chop them up and then weigh them to the appropriate amount in the recipes. So this recipe is the Hot Harissa wrap. It's a brand new wrap recipe, only available in our Tales from the Tailgate Raw on the Road ebook, which you can currently get in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, but you better get it today because it's over on May 12th, 2024. So it's ending soon. Go grab that now if you want to get all the goodies for only $50. So as you can see, I zero out my scale and then I measure all of the ingredients on the scale. And you want to add the psyllium and the chia or flax that you're using after you have blended everything first. And you only pulse it in for 3 seconds. Otherwise, the wraps can crack. So here we are pouring out the wrap onto our trays, and the smoother you get it, the better they dry. Sprinkling them with a little topping here. And each recipe makes 2 14 by 14 wraps or 3 10 by 12 wraps. Get those in the dehydrator and leave them overnight. I also made the root burgers from Karen Ranzi's ebook that you can also get when you buy the bundle. And this was a really unique burger recipe, a really great way to get a lot of omega-3s into your diet. I also saved these. I used 3 in my wrap, which you'll see later. But the rest of them, I just ate kind of like patties. I made a burger and I would crumble them in salads as well. So those went in the dehydrator at the same time overnight. The next day I woke up and I really wanted to share about this. These little hairs are called cilia hairs, and it's not mold. A lot of people mistake this for mold and then they throw them out, but they're just thirsty. That's all they are. They're just super thirsty. And think of a cat's tail when it puffs up. That's kind of how the root goes when it's thirsty. It's just looking for water and it's sending as many different root hairs out as it can to try and find some water. So this just means that they're thirsty and they need a drink. So next time you're making sprouts, it typically happens more with like the radish and the broccoli, the cruciferous ones, but I like to soak them in water for about a minute and then drain them so they have a little bit of extra time to collect some water. I checked on the wraps in the morning and they are looking good. I also took the burgers out of the dehydrator because they were definitely done. And we are ready to wrap our wrap. So here are the burger patties. And peeling the wrap off of our tray. Again, this is the Desert Hot Harissa wrap. It's a brand new wrap recipe that you can get in the Tales from the Tailgate ebook, which is part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. I'm spreading a little bit of cashew cheese here that I made. And then our vegetables that I like to put on wraps, starting with a bed of lettuce and some cabbage. I also have some sprouted black forbidden rice that was in the fridge that I decided to add. The burger patties, some carrots, radishes, and lots of red onion because I love red onion. And got to add some sprouts to that as well. These are the sprouts that we have been sprouting, the purple radish and a broccoli kind of mix of other things too. Here we go. Fold up the sides. Fold up the bottom like an envelope. And then you roll it up. And you can be pretty firm with these, but you also want to be a little bit gentle. But they're pretty strong and they hold up really well. Keep squeezing and rolling nice and tight, and then you can cut your wrap. The cheese helps to keep it closed as well. And here we go. Wraps for the next 2 lunches. So one of the wraps I'm taking with me today, and the other wrap I will save for tomorrow's lunch. I'm using deli paper to wrap them. You could use whatever you want. I like the deli paper because it breathes better. Harder wrappers I have used, but they end up getting a little soggy. So the deli paper tends to be the best option. And we do try to reuse as many as we can. We've reused some quite a few times. So we try our best in that aspect. But here's one for lunch today, one for lunch tomorrow. The one for today, I'm putting in an unsealed container because we don't want to have that extra moisture from the seal. So this side will be against the ice and this side will be exposed out. And this one will just go in the fridge for tomorrow. Now for breakfast, I did all of that before breakfast. I've got all of these tomatoes and I was looking through some of the ebooks in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle and I found one from Laura and she's got this tomato orange smoothie. So I thought, why not? And it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. So I drank both of these jars while I made the hot harissa sauce that goes with the hot harissa wrap. And I made enough to take with me. This is the bottle that I'm taking with me on my self-care Sunday time by myself. And the other one here I'm going to use as my salad dressing tonight when I get home from my day's adventures. And now got to finish my smoothie and get packed up. So I've got my water pack here, and what we like to do is fill it with ice. So that can help keep whatever's in our backpack cold. Plus, it's nice to have a little colder water while we're walking or hiking in the heat. So here's my backpack. This is my travel backpack. I use this for hiking and for walking. So I strap in my water. And as you can see, it's separated by a barrier. I put in my sauce, and here is my wrap. So again, we don't want to expose the wrap to the ice. We want to put the back towards the ice, and I like to separate it also with a cloth. Plus, the cloth is nice to use to help clean up if there's a mess at all. This protects the wrap from being in direct contact with the ice and making it soggy. Added some apples, and I'm ready to go. So today, because it's Self-Care Sunday and Nate is in Oregon, I felt like I wanted to spend a little bit of time outside by myself. So I walked all the way to the Springs Preserve in Las Vegas, and it's about a 90-minute walk there and a 90-minute walk back. So it was a big day, but I enjoyed all the beauty along the way. And once I got there, I got really excited to see everything that's in here. I came specifically to see the butterfly house, and it's only $10 for locals. I was really happy to see all the vegan options in the menu for the cafe, albeit not raw, but it's really nice to see more places providing vegan options, especially in a nature preserve like this. So I wanted to see the butterfly habitat. This was, again, the reason why I came. The line was really long. I think I stood in line for about 45 minutes to an hour, but I was happy to get into the butterfly house. Once I was in, there were so many beautiful butterflies, and they were landing on people and enjoying fruit platters that they had laid out for them. They only allowed a certain amount of people into the butterfly habitat at one time. That's why the line was so long, because it's a small habitat, but it was definitely worth checking out. After looking at the butterflies, I went and checked out all the beautiful, amazing plants that they have growing in the Springs Preserve. They have an incredible rose garden. And coming here in the spring was a really good idea because this is probably my favorite spot next to the cacti. I refilled my water at one of the filling stations and then decided to sit down and have my delicious wrap. So I pulled it out. I just found a seat that I liked next to the rose garden, poured on my sauce, and had a wonderful time. Just me, myself, and I, enjoying the nature, enjoying the sunshine, and enjoying my wrap. After eating, I packed up and headed over to the cacti area, where I found some pretty unique cacti that grows in and around the area. I've never seen one of these in real life. This was pretty cool. And some beautiful plants all over. I love how these grow. They are for the cactus pear. They had a palm area and a learning area. This was a really cool place. They had a strawberry garden and a vegetable garden showing all the different vegetables that grow quite easily in the desert. They had kales and brassica and collards and all kinds of really cool stuff. Towards the end of the day, I went into the museum just to check things out, take a little break from the sun before I went home. I also checked out the gift shop, of course, and then it was time to go home. I really enjoyed this little excursion. When I got home, though, I was hungry. It was a lot of walking. It was almost 27,000 steps, so I pulled everything that I wanted out of the fridge. And there's the romaine lettuce, heirloom tomatoes, the bloomed black rice. We've got some cucumbers here, green onion, the radishes, and golden beet. I wanted to add 2 more sprouts from the sprout jars we had this morning, some fresh parsley, and the fermented foods. I always like to add some fermented foods to my salads. And of course, we have the hot harissa dressing that we made extra this morning. So no dressing needs to make tonight, which is really nice. So here's everything that I'm going to be adding to my salad. It's going to be a big one tonight. So if you want to check out the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, please do so, because the raw bundle only happens once a year and it's different every single year. This one is absolutely brand new. Nate and I contributed our Tales from the Tailgate Raw on the Road ebook. It's a 277-page ebook with all the tips and tricks and tools and prep and planning and all kinds of stuff. Anything that has to do with traveling as a raw vegan. It's got stories from our adventures together and all that good stuff. There's also the Make It Raw Volume 3 ebook that I wrote with Chef AJ. There's 47 new recipes in there. So many fun ones. I hope you go check it out. Link is in the description box below. But thanks for joining for this video. We'll be back tomorrow for some more. Until then, thank you for watching and fruit on.